Here we go, chat. Here we go. A little bit of drama. Reporter Elly on the scene. Hello, we got the latest and greatest in drama, streamer drama, VTuber drama. So if you don't really care about cringy VTubers, skip on ahead. But here we go, chat. Introduction notes. I wanna say that this was tweeted out by Nanoless, an artist, a very famous, reputable. Is that the correct word? Very famous, reputable artist for VTubers out there. Nanoless has worked with some of the biggest VTubers out there. And so they put this little Google Docs out. Here we go. I wanted to share my experience with Sinder and Red manipulating me, using me, and dragging me into this drama, while sabotaging, slandering, and spreading lies about people I thought were her closest friends. Not only do I no longer wish to work with Sinder, but I want to share what I've endured over the years and shed light on what she has been doing behind people's back to protect artists and friends that may be experiencing something similar. Oh my Lord. Here we go, chat. This is a story about betrayal. Oh my. How the turns have tabled. I struggled a lot with writing this document. I wasn't sure if I let's start again, chat. I struggled a lot with writing this document and wasn't sure if what I felt and experienced working was real or just burnout. But I think this proves that I was lied to and manipulated over the course of years while working with Sinder. Note, based on working with Redacted, Red Sinder's manager, and Sinder over the years, that I'm sure they speak for each other, and there is no reason to believe that what Red was acting without Sinder's consent and knowledge. Whenever I use they or them, it refers to both of them acting as a team. Absolutely. I agree with that, you know. It's like if my mod Shrimp was in cahoots with artists and stuff. Shrimp will be sent on my behalf and I would know everything that's going on, you know. Shrimp would just be working on my behalf because there's sometimes time that I don't have time to talk to this person, time to talk to this person. But everything that I've known, and when I've dealt with my mod and artist affairs, I know everything. And Shrimp is just a tool. Here we go. A very bad one. English not being my first language and the language barrier, I discussed the situation, my feelings, and thoughts with native English speakers who helped me put them into words, so everything is clear without any misunderstandings due to lack of English skills. I appreciate that. That's great, chat. You know, that's great. Very great awareness here. You know that English is not your first language and that you have trouble communicating. You know, so reach out to somebody that could put it into context and for you, so we don't get some misinterpretation or some, you know, some vague anything. That's very good. Any names that are censored here were censored because the creator in question did not provide consent to have their names revealed by the time of me posting this document. Slandering other creators. Chapter 1. I would start with screenshots showing them speaking ill of other creators and spreading rumors, while manipulating me that it's all in our best interest. In addition to spreading ill rumors, they also complain and excuse Bao of giving their editor too much work. Bao is another VTuber in question, chat, by the way, resulting in the editor not having any time for new clients, which will be important later on. The screenshots below show them showing their affection and appreciation, immediately followed by spreading rumors and lies to make other clients appear problematic, to manipulate any future decisions regarding commissions. Nanoless starts off this DM with saying, "Of course, I wanted to understand it better, especially if I cancel her for the second time." So this means we're talking about some artist or some content creator that was canceled one time, but 2 times now. Well, with this person, she's giving a lot of bias and priority at GS. Sometimes over Sinder, and we can't really confront them about it. And plus, she's gone 3D lately. Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago and is constantly picking up artists we work with. We've gotten to know her better being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way with the things she does. We wanted to try and safeguard our most important artists from her since she's already taking our editor. And I don't mean taken like he doesn't work with us anymore. He does, but he has a dedicated time for her now, and sometimes that gets in the way of our projects. Also, one of Bao's music video editors is the one that did the Boss Rush MV, and we're 99% sure she told him not to do any more with us. But like model art, its most important thing, that VTuber's entire image. Oh, chat, it starts off spicy. So I'm gonna guess that this redacted name here is Sinder's right-hand man, aka her manager, her boyfriend. I don't even know yet if that is her boyfriend. That is something that I picked up on Twitter, but maybe this explains it a little bit better in this document. So far, he is bad-mouthing another content creator, which, by the way, I want to let everybody know, Bao and Sinder, at least from an outside perspective, were pretty close. You know, they were pretty close. Sinder and Bao even met offline, and like they were pretty close. But this seems like, this seems like very, very dirty. Yeah, this seems very, very dirty. But anyways, no, redacted is the boyfriend. Well, I'm just going off of what this says. Based on working with redacted, Red Cinder's manager. I'm just going off of that, okay? I don't know if they're boyfriends. We're going to figure it out. Just answering some of my chat right now. We're going to figure out if there is more, okay? For right now, all we know is redacted is her manager, okay? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's continue. And it says, well, we love working with you. Redacted is telling Nanoless this. Cinder wouldn't be Cinder without Nano. Okay, but like, let me tell you the tea. Let me tell you the tea. Girl, are you sure that's a boyfriend? Man's typing like a girlfriend. But anyways, okay, but like, let me tell you the tea, girl. About the music video thing, Bao had the original songs last year that had a music editor by her editor. That had a music videos by her editor. And the songs flopped. Ooh, yeah, are we sure this is a boy? I mean, this is some gay lingo. This is some music stand lingo. Flop, the T. I don't know, chat. I'm okay, you know what? Let's get back to the story. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. But the songs flopped. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he loved to work with us, particularly jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to get him to squeeze in Boss Rush music video between his work with Bao. He says he loved working on it and is super excited to work on the next music video project. Boss Rush song blows up, and he's credited as the editor. I asked him if he's free to do the next project. All of a sudden, he changes his mind and is only working with Bao going forward. No explanation. Which Nanoless is like, okay, I didn't ask for all this tea, okay? That's that kind of face that you're like, maybe I shouldn't continue talking about this drama because they're not giving any feedback, right? This is the kind of face, the emote that says, I'm interested, but I don't feel like this is right. I feel like this is that kind of emote. Okay, here we go. There is some context missing since we know how Bao is behind the scenes. But basically, we don't have a music video editor now for our next Boss Rush project. We think Bao got pissed that her editor did an original song music video for her friends without her. Knowing and it did 100 times better than her original songs last year, that she locked him up, no one else could work with him. And then had him make it public on Twitter. He was the only one working with her forward. Look, I'm gonna tell you all right now, chat. If I had to guess, I would say that this redacted person is still in high school and maybe 15 years old. Because there's no way no grown-ass adult talks this way. Ain't no way you're gossiping that much and you a grown-ass man. This is childish. This is some high school shit, bro. This is some childish shit. You out here talking like you just in high school in the fucking high school tables, talking to your girlfriends and looking at your nails and popping your gum. Yeah, this is very juvenile. I don't put it past 15 years old. So maybe they are 15 and it is. I'm sorry for bullying you. Anyways, and now she's been barking up the tree of our live 2D animators. So like, and you and a nano model, and then Nanoless doesn't really know what's going on, right? Nanoless probably just woke up this morning and is like cleaning his or their eyes, and they're like, "What's even going on?" Nanoless is like, "Yeah, looking for me sounds sus for sure." Nanoless is so confused of what's happening, bro. It's so annoying. I don't know, man. Yeah. Maybe somebody in my chat says maybe a simp, highly directed by Sinder. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's continue. She has a way of guilt tripping people to get her way, and he's still talking about Bao right here. This is just unexcusable. Unexcusable. This is bad mouthing Bao so much. I'm not gonna try to like, I don't know Bao like that, okay? So I'm not gonna try to like say that she's a sweet girl either, because I don't really know her like that. But the best thing you could do in this situation is just keep your fucking mouth shut. Stop bad mouthing people. If Bao is indeed a very bad person, as this person claims, the truth will come out eventually. You don't need to spread your venom. Number one, because if shit leaks, you look like the asshole, okay? Which is clearly happening right now. If you really truly believe all of these bad things about Bao, you let it play out, because the world has a weird way of letting it all unfold on itself. And you don't look like an asshole. Nothing spreads out, nothing leaks out, and you don't look like the bad one. But let me continue reading. She has a way of guilt tripping people to get her way, he says about Bao. Red asked me to cancel one of their closest friends, Bao, by asking me to cancel my work mid-progress, manipulated me into thinking it's okay since she has many connections. This will never be okay, by the way. When an artist has somebody, this will never be okay. When a VTuber commissions an artist for work, this is a slot that they have in their brain thought out and said, I have this many months and I'm going to pray that this artist delivers by this many months. It will never, ever be okay to cancel a work from a VTuber, because they have already commissioned that slot for months and they're counting on it. This will never be okay, ever. But anyways, and she'll be fine anyway, so I wouldn't feel guilty about it or worry too much. It was and is upsetting to me that Red contacted me specifically to check on me canceling the model I had with Bao. So not only did he ask to cancel it, I guess, but he's also checking in to see if the cancellation went through. Did you cancel the models? I did not, crying face. Oof, this is so bad, by the way. By the way, this is the same person who says she has a way of guilt tripping people to get her way, and then continues to say, did you cancel the models? I did not. This is straight up fucking dick move right here. Clearly the artist does not want to cancel because it looks really bad, and he's doing exactly what he says Bao does. Nano arc delayed to 2026. Okay, so then Nano confirmed that they delayed. No, wait, no. No, never mind. I'm getting too ahead. So Redacted says a Nano arc delayed to 2026. I'm scared to cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll be fine. She'll find someone super fast. Did you already design her outfit? I remember her showing it to us at WeebCon. So Not only did they meet up at WeebCon to discuss VTuber models and showed it off, he's going behind her back to say this about her. Ooh, this is some tough shit to read through, chat. Look, I'm gonna be honest. If there's any VTuber stank ass in my chat right now and we got connections and DMs and this is who you are off stream or behind my back, you could just stop DMing me forever, okay? Like if you are a VTuber and you've done some fucking shit behind my back like this, just you know, don't let it ever get out. Just shut the fuck up, never DM me again. And we cool, okay? We cool. We don't have to talk about it. Just don't DM me ever again. We cool. We don't even have to like make this public or anything. Exclusivity and blacklisting other creators. Let's see. Yeah, I can give her the design for free as an apology gift. Dude, that just sounds so harsh to like be so manipulative like this without like any empathy showing. Like there's no like remorse, no regret. He's full on heated while the Nanoless is not feeling comfortable at all doing this decision. Yeah, like this is when you stop, right? When Nanoless responds, I did not. That's when you say, that's when you stop. You don't continue to push it. That's weird. That's so weird. Exclusivity and blacklisting other creators. In the messages below, they mentioned wanting to an exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for exclusivity. But rather, when a creator from their blacklist comes asking for a commission, they would guarantee me model work for Sinder only if anyone asked me for commissions, they commissioned me instead of compensate for not working with other creators. This felt very strange. Given that one of the accusations they made was overworking their editor, yet their solution to me working with other creators was for them to essentially overwork me to keep me from working on other projects. The messages below show that their primary concern is that the more non-Sinder models I make, the less valuable my existing models become. It's hard to say how much this messed with my mind as an artist that by working with other people, I somehow making my existing models less special. Chat. Following screenshot is of them setting up the blacklist, saying I'm not allowed to work with any new clients or create any new outfits for VTuber 1, especially, and justifying those things by saying that with each model, my art becomes less unique and special, and therefore Sinder somehow will become less special. Screenshot below. The idea that my work as an artist and designer is devalued by working with other people is insane and hurtful. After realizing that taking a deal with them would really mean for both my workload and my mental health, I backed out. I mean, like, if we want to have some kind of model exclusivity, what would you need to make that sustainable for you? Now it gets spicy. Nanoless responds with, maybe you can share one of your ideas and I can check what I think. Monka S. Okay, so I got some ideas for this, I guess. I was driving. What are you thinking? Which Nano responds with, okay, so I asked help from my friends. They don't know it's you, so don't worry. So a monthly fee, calculating my monthly earnings. Also, how long would this be? And if this counts for models I already worked on? Well, I think the main thing we're looking for you not to take any brand new model clients and to not make any new model outfits with this person again. This person's name is redacted. I don't think they're talking about Bao. So this is a completely new VTuber that hasn't been brought up yet. You'll still be able to work on model outfits with all of your other existing babies. And your artwork comms wouldn't be affected. Shy Lily, what somebody in my chat is saying is Shy Lily, but we don't know. I don't know yet. We're not going to get too ahead. It could be Shy Lily. Shy Lily has worked with Nano in the past, so who knows? One of our concerns is that more babies means nano models have the same value anymore, don't have the same value anymore. And second is that there's a few people that we just rather not be able to have a model from you. Maybe not any new babies at all. So here's the thing. That's just fucking stupid. That's just fucking stupid. No tea, no shade, but if this is Shy Lily in question right here, not working on Shy Lily's future models, no tea, no shade, but I'm going to say it because nobody else will say it. Shy Lily is a way bigger VTuber than Sinder. Has been, probably will always be. So Nanoless working on a Shy Lily model is a good thing for Nanoless, not a bad thing. It's a loss, not a bad thing. It needed to be said, and it was said. Shy Lily is a bigger model, bigger VTuber, and not working with Shy Lily is a loss, not a net positive. So, I mean, that's just crazy to think that. No offense. I mean, I don't give a fuck. Okay, cancel me. I don't give a fuck. Shy Lily is a bigger VTuber. Not working with Shy Lily is worse for your brand. As an artist, you want to work with the biggest people that pushes your names out there, and Shy Lily is at the top. Yeah. Let's see. Maybe not any new babies at all. The reason why I brought this up at all is there's been a lot of bias with another of our partners with certain creators. I think they're talking about. I don't want to be doing this whole assumption shit, but I'm gonna read between the lines here a little bit. Maybe they're talking about gamer subs. Maybe that's what they're talking about with certain creators, because I'm gonna think that, but you know, let's continue. And we'd rather these creators not have what makes Sinder unique, which is your artwork. Just drama, he says. Just drama. You are the drama, bro. You know, this didn't have to exist if you were not bringing the drama. He acts as if somebody else is bringing the drama. You are the drama. Okay, anyways, what about we can pay blank for you and you don't have to discount it from the next payment. We'll continue giving you lots of model work, I think, for this year right now, but don't work with this person, or this person at all again, chat. Oh, damn! He doesn't want him to work. He doesn't want Nanoless to work with this person, this person, this person. I'm gonna guess this is Bao, Shy Lily, and I don't know, somebody else. I don't know. One of the persons is Cottontail VA. Okay. I don't think you ever done anything with blank or blank before. We also have another gamer subs label for you too. I think this is gamer subs, right? Nanoless says, is there any way to add a little bit more since blank still asks for art every now and then? We could do it like when blank asks for art, you tell her no, and then tell us to buy another art piece. Like, you still get the job from them. Okay. So I know that some people might be, because of ADHD, HDD, and all these other things out there, I know that some of you guys might not be paying attention. So let me summarize what's going on so far. Basically, redacted, Cinder's boyfriend / manager has told Nanoless, the artist, don't work with this person, don't work with this person, and definitely don't work with this person. And if you tell them no, we'll buy more art for you. So basically, they're trying to pay the money that Nanoless would have otherwise earned, right? That is what's going on. So they're trying to buy off Nanoless, the artist, to make them more exclusive. Here we go. Another example of speaking ill of other creators right after they saw I was working with Shy Lily, trying to once again make the idea of working with other clients seem like I am setting myself up with problematic people who will do me no good in the long run to get me to reconsider working with them. They also continuously kept asking about my other clients, plans which for them, in quotations, made Athena go up. Antenna? Made the antenna go up. And I don't know what these VTubers chat. I thought that was a VTuber name. I'm so sorry. Athena. Made the antenna go up and immediately went into slandering Shy Lily. They consistently tried to reassure me that despite their best efforts, they just happened to keep trying to bring drama in as reasons for me to go exclusive, that working only with Sinder is them trying to look out for me. Ooh, hey, Nano, Redacta says. Redacta says, hey, Nano, do you have more plans with Shy Lily besides just the model? Like outfits or merch or anything? Nanoless responds, been just the model so far. Redacta responds with, okay, her asking you for a model recently just made the antenna go up. She's been acting weird towards Sinder lately, and we don't know if something's going on. Which Nanoless says, oh, that's weird. Ever since after V-Card launch. But what you consider weird, says Nano. Lately, dipping out of collabs they were both part of at last minute, and now ghosting her messages. Sinder raided her a couple of times in the past week, and Lily won't acknowledge Sinder's name by name. Okay, so there's this other thing that just came out recently. I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Sinder posted on Twitter saying that she's no longer working with this person as a manager, as a way to kind of take any accountability or anything. I'm going to say bullshit on that. There's no fucking way in hell that this person is speaking like this without Sinder not knowing. No fucking way you're gonna just dip out and say shit like, oh my God, that is what my manager said? Oh my God, I will never work with him again. That is so fucked up. I wouldn't. No fucking shot. You don't know what is going on. Like, don't do that. Don't try to like relieve yourself of any guilt. There's no shot you don't know that this is going on. There's no shot. We'll continue reading, but I just want to put that out there. There's no way you can get out of that one and say that you had no clue or blah, 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 blah. But anyways, here we go. She had to know 100%. Nanoless says, Monka-S face, just like a weird petty stuff. I don't know. That's super weird since they both share the same store. Redacta says, around V-Card's launch, they were talking and collabing, and I don't know what happened. But her asking you for a model after that was just weird. Even though she said she doesn't plan on getting a new model anytime soon. I don't know. Hate that we keep bringing you into drama. Then don't do it, bitch! Because you have an option. No way this guy isn't... Never mind. Hold on, Elly. Hold on. Let's continue reading. My you know, I want to just put him on full blast here, but you know, we're gonna breathe. There's no way you say this comment. I don't know. I hate that we keep bringing you into drama. That's so stupid, bro. It's too early. Yeah, let me not conclude too early, child. Let me give the benefit of the doubt here. Yeah, Nanoless responds with, yeah, I thought it was quite early to get go for the new model. Look, a bit menacing, so I don't talk to her. It looked a bit menacing, so I don't talk to her. Feels like we're gonna have to compete with Shy Lily if she's ghosting Sinder. And what's the same model? And with the same model? And wants the same model, mama. The idea that they need to stay informed and, in quotations, gauge the competition is extremely upsetting and toxic to me. I just want to point that out, that if people think that Sinder is the only chick that does this and her boyfriend, you guys are mistaken. I am willing to say that 98% of the VTubers are exactly the same as these people. I said it. You guys think that everybody is full, colorful, and friendly, and they're singing Kumbaya at the fucking fireplace? Nah, bro. This is the VTuber drama. This is the VTuber world. There's just a bunch of fake fucking bitches behind your fucking back and act like a different person in front of you, but they want exclusivity. It is not beneficial for a VTuber to commission somebody a year from now and work with the same artist. It just doesn't work well because these artists take a fucking 6 months to a year to 2 years to make a VTuber model, and you need to continue to grow. You need to continue to push stuff out. This is the common experience in VTuber world. And it's just happens to be that these are the only ones that's gotten caught. But I guarantee you there is a bunch of other VTubers that happen to do the same bullshit. Nah, so if you think that your VTuber is probably a saint and this, and that, nah, this probably happens more often than you actually think. This happens more often than you actually think because there's a lot of your analytics, you're dropping as a VTuber, you're picking up as a VTuber. This new VTuber comes on the scene and they got a prettier voice and they're working with a new artist that came on the scene. And this happens all the time. This is all the time, bro. Not our Elly. Hey, I'm not above that, chat. I'm not above that, okay? So if you guys are trying to put me up there like I'm some saint and some angel, fuck no, I'm not that either. This is a business. And in a business, you got to keep tabs on your, in quotations, competition. Because that's what you do. You think McDonald's isn't worried about what Burger King is doing? You're stupid. Of course they are. This is business. But, you know, but when you do something like this, or when you're this invested, you can't be this sloppy, okay? This is sloppy, this is dirty, this is nasty. You always got to keep in the back of your mind, what if some shit leaks? Let me not hit enter on this last DM. You know, you got to be a little bit more smart with it. You can't be this sloppy, this slimy. It's just, but I'm telling you, if you think these are the only two people that do this, you're fucking stupid. This is probably 95% or 98% of the VTuber community. Anyways, let's continue reading. The competition they're referring to are people I thought they were considered friends. Nobody's your friends in this industry. Nobody is your friend. Newsflash, nobody is. Who always helped support it and platform Sinder. When I pushed back, the immediate response was blaming the other creators and implying that they initiated by trying to work with me and that somehow justifies their action. Yeah. They imply Lily ignored Sinder when she spent over a minute thanking the raid, which you can see in this clip. Ooh, is there a clip? I can't click it, chat. There's no clip. Anyways, real. It is just Sinder and blank you've been doing continuous model outfits for, right? We'll have the demon update list final arcade reference for you as soon as it is finished. I think it is. I have an outfit for blank planned too. As for blank, I got nothing for now. But she's always comes up with something. Do you know who's rigging Shy Lily's model? It's going to be blank. Thanks, Nano. Sorry for all the questions. Just got to stay informed, especially when it comes to our top artists. Never a break. Whew. Don't worry. You don't stress too much with the side things. It's bad for balding. It's bad for balding. Oh my God, chat. This is a pippin' hot still. Oh my Lord, chat. No, you fool. Just stupid drama, he says. Gotta stay competitive, even when we shouldn't have to. Also, your profile picture looks like a guy with a mustache. Don't go for that competitiveness. I can go bad. I gotta chill sometimes. Hey, it's just not us. This is not a good person. This is not a good person. If Sinder is dating this person, as I've been reading lately, this is not a good person. This is possibly a narcissistic, egotistical, manipulative guy that will try to ruin your whole life. I would say get the fuck out as soon as possible. I know that I'm super like psychoanalyzing this guy way ahead of time, but you can see some of the patterns and the way he types. Gotta stay competitive even when we shouldn't have to. And then following it up with something that's a bit more lukewarm to kind of bring in Nanoless a little bit more by breaking that mind frame right here by staying competitive. He knows that it's a bit more toxic, a bit more dark. So then he goes a little bit more lighthearted to bring him back in with the profile comment and the mustache. This is manipulation 101. Like when you get too heated and when you feel like you're letting go, the person might be a little bit more sus and alert, then you kind of got to make him feel a little bit more comfortable. So he breaks that with a little lighthearted joke saying his profile, mustache, blah, 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 blah. This is manipulation 101. This is just to fucking cover your bases and reel them back in. Okay, let's continue reading. Don't go too far on the competitiveness. It can be bad. See, Nanoless called him out on it. This is why he added the mustache comment, because he knew that he fucked up by typing, gotta stay competitive. That is not a good look for you. So then he followed it up with a lighthearted comment about a mustache and a profile picture, which then Nanoless clocked and says, don't go too far on competitiveness. It can be bad, which Nanoless is right. That is some toxic shit. We aren't the ones getting a model from the artist or other GS owner out of the blue and ghosting them and refusing to acknowledge them. Below, I want to push back and make it clear I was uncomfortable on being dragged into drama, and they responded by bringing up more drama and baseless claims, all while trying to guilt trip me. Okay, now I know there's going to be a lot of Sinder simps, a lot of Sinder enjoyers out there who are going to say something like here. Below, I wanted to push back and make it clear I was uncomfortable on being dragged into the drama, which those guys will respond with, then why'd you do it? Why'd you continue to feed into the drama? Then why'd you do it? If the world worked black and white that way, you would be right. But that's not how the world works, okay? That's not how things work in general. Sometimes, unfortunately, some people are very nice and have a lot of empathy, and people can't say no just like that. There's a lot of gaslighting. There's a lot of guilt tripping. There's a lot of this. There's a lot of that. There's a lot involved here. So saying, why don't you just say no? And why don't you just block Sinder and move away? You can't do that. That's not how it works. That's not how it works when you're dealing with friends and clients. You can't just back away like that, especially when you've been doing this for years with people that you like. It's not as simple as that. Just in case people are wondering or going to bring that up, it doesn't work that way. Let me see. Let me continue reading. And they responded by bringing up more drama and baseless claims and while trying to guilt trip me. It is ironic and crazy to me that I mentioned not wanting to be dragged into it. By the way, it's kind of like saying, well, if the woman didn't want to get abused by her husband, she could have just left. Because people do that all the time, right? For domestic violence. Well, if she didn't want to go do that, well, she could have just left the husband. It doesn't work that way, buddy. That's not how life works. You know, that's not how it works. Get a clue. In case people were using that as an excuse. Yeah. Let's see. It is ironic and crazy to me that I mentioned not wanting to be dragged into personal issues, only for them to, on multiple occasions, mentioning other people's unalleged trauma. Nanoless says, Sinder, just wanted to say sorry for stepping back on the exclusivity deal. I wanted to apologize personally to you since I only talked about that with Red. But I just don't want to be dragged in on any other personal issues like that. After all, the blank, still a client, and it makes me anxious and kind of destroy my mental to do this kind of deal. Just wanted to let you know I still love working with you and Red, but I'll understand if things doesn't work out because of blank. I just love my clients. That's all. Cinder responds with, I get it, Nano. And it was unfair to push this on you, but it's just really confusing going back and forth about it. I just get compared to her a lot, even still today. And it's like I'm always living in someone's shadow, which is the reason why Red asked about not making any more models for her. And when you said, I understand things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore, which hurts so much after all this time. I really appreciate you, Nano, and it's your decision who you ultimately work with. But this is how I've been feeling. Okay, so this is another confirmation that Sinder, in fact, knew what was going on and was okay with it. I don't really see the point of keep thinking about being compared to blank. You're so much bigger already. You've done so much more. But I would never give blank any priority over you. Also, there is not even any model for her being discussed. I just want to sleep with clear mind. Also, I'm fine not doing her models, but at least gamer sub art stuff would be fine with me. I don't want to be 100% of an asshole to her, that's all. It's not me. It's not me, but other people's opinion of us. And I'm just trying to not get involved in any drama that other people want to talk about comparing us. But I understand where you're coming from, Nano. There's no hard feelings. Sorry about this. My mental is just a bit weak. Sorry about this. My mental is just a bit... Same girl. I'm so sorry for bringing this to you. So Nano already feels bad, right? Nano already feels bad. And there's really no reason why you should even bring your fucking personal problems to Nanoless, okay? Nanoless is your employee and... employer, not employee. Nanoless is your who you're hiring. They're your worker. They don't need to be, they don't need to know shit about your personal fucking feelings and how you feel about this person. The fact that you guys even brought Nanoless into this is a real fucking shitty move. And not only that, but if you would have been a half decent people and self-aware, you would have known from the very beginning that Nanoless was very uncomfortable from the very fucking beginning. And you still continue to push. You still continue to push this agenda, your fucking own fucking drama agenda on Nanoless, who has been clearly uncomfortable with posting Monka-S emotes and this and that and kind of like tiptoeing around things. You don't, and you still continue to push. That's a fucking asshole move to do. They were very uncomfortable. Yeah. Let's continue reading. I'm sorry for bringing this to you. And now Nanoless is apologizing. The victim here is having to apologize because some fucking narcissistic fucking assholes brought this to their doorstep. That really sucks to see. You know, the victim here, in quotations, Nanoless, being the one to have to apologize. Huh? Make it make sense. I want you to get that money. The whole situation is just kind of sucky. I want to get along. Nanoless responds with, in quotations, I understand if things don't work out about this. It would be mostly if you hate me for not burning this bridge down from my last client. Blank. I would never hate you. Thank you, and same. I'm just insecure. I'm just an insecure bitch. Again, Nanoless taking the more apologetic route, which I don't think he should, but it's totally human to do this. I do this quite often as well. I apologize when I shouldn't really be apologizing. I get it, but it just sucks that there's people out there that are very unaware that they put people in this position. I love everything we've done together, and I want to keep doing more. People saying dumb shit online just makes me stressed. Justifying their behavior by stating that they are simply looking out for me, when none of this has anything to do with me to begin with. And manipulating me into being grateful for earning well thanks to them despite the loss of work from long-time returning clients. Concerning my work and models as a team. Oh my God, how much do we have of this drama chat? We're barely page 10? We gotta speed it up. I can't be stopping. This is gonna be a long YouTube video. I'm sorry, chat. I'm gonna try to speed it up. Concerning my work and models as a team. Another example of going after other clients of mine from before, claiming that having more clients alongside them makes my work less special, with the recurrence of it's just business. Manipulating me into believing that working with her is special for multiple reasons, as that I risk losing that special something as a client if I prefer to work with others. No acknowledgement of my reasoning and need of working with other clients due to the nature of my work, solely focus on their issues. I would also like to note again that the screenshot is one of my many occasions that indicated that Red speaks on Cinder's behalf. I was originally concerned with everything going through Red that it may not have been 100% Cinder's feelings or wants. I messaged her about it to make sure that he spoke on her behalf and confirmed with both of them with the case. Hey Cinder, hope you're doing okay. I talked with Red, and I believe he talked to you already, and I thought it would be the best if I just checked here personally. Actually, I wanted to know better your thoughts because Red tried to talk to me, and I think I misunderstood things. I'm doing good. What's up, Nano? Okay, it's mostly about this. And Nano says, I thought on canceling some models because of it, but then I realized it's not really fair to me. Cinder responds, I understand what he means, but at the end of the day, it's just business. Of course, we love working with you and want to keep working together, but if you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, okay, that is a manipulation right there, chat. If you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, I don't think this was ever insinuated, ever that the Nanoless would rather work with others instead of you. That was never implied. That's just another manipulation tactic to try to get somebody to say, no, I really like you. So you can hear what you want to, so you can make the other person say what you want them to say. That's fucked up. I know it's for a reason for you to help grow and not because you don't like me. Being one of your very first model babies was so amazing. I was happy to be able to find someone to help with you with live 2D cutting to improve your skills. And I think that's a big part of why everyone loved the 1.0 model. Here we go again. Saying, I was happy to be able to find someone to help you with live 2D cutting to improve your skills. That's a little bit weird to add, if not for a purpose. You're basically saying that you helped Nano get better, which I don't think really needed to be interjected in this conversation piece, unless if you wanted to somehow, if you have some agenda here. And I think that's a big part of everyone, why everyone loved the 1.0 model and then started asking you for them. Saying that basically Cinder's taking credit. This is Cinder taking credit in a way, in other words, saying, I made you. You know, maybe harsher words, but that's what it's alluding to. I can have Red send you a list of our plans for the future and estimate due dates. Let's just say us know what you actually want to work on. That way, I have time to look for someone else if you don't have time for my projects or don't want to do them. It feels special to only have your model art for all of my outfits, but let me know if you don't have time for me and be an exclusive nano art baby anymore. Okay, reading this, I can deduce that Cinder is very well aware of what's going on. Cinder is playing a bit more of the good cop, while her boyfriend / manager is the bad cop. He is more cutthroat. He is more of, I don't give a fuck, and I will say it how it is. And Cinder is a bit more of the good cop. I do think that she's fully aware what's going on, and she appreciates Red for doing what he does. But she's taking more of the good cop approach, but she's still the cop. It's no personal reason. I would never do something like this to you or anyone. But yeah, It's important for my job to reach far, and I like working on different projects on people. I never ever said I don't want to work with you anymore. I told Red, even though I have my other works, we'll always have a way to get you a priority spot when possible. You'll always be my special baby. I also think it's important for you to work on other projects that you're excited about. So I'll go through my plans with Red and I'll send you our ideas if it's possible with your schedule. I know he can be a little pushy sometimes, but it's because he's just doing it for business for me to grow too, and absolutely loves your work just as much as I do. It's okay. We'll update you guys as soon as possible. Sounds good to me. Again, this is just confirmation that Sinder knew all about it. She's just a little less pushy and he's more pushy. She's the good cop. He's the bad cop, but they're still both cops. Red tries to make it look like they never meant for it to appear like they wanted to be exclusive by framing it as something I wanted, while immediately doubling down on the fact that me working with more people makes my work less special and no longer unique as of a design such as Cinder Clone. I will say something on this though. Exclusivity, goddamn definitely makes your art feel more special. That is true. From a branding business perspective, absolutely true. If you go, and I'll tell you why this is true. When Vebe worked with Neon Beat for so long, I wanted to work with Neon Beat. I wanted to hire him because Neon Beat didn't do work with anybody else. And I wanted him. I wanted him because it's like, oh, this is exclusive. He's not taking anybody else's work. He's only working with Bebe. This is good. This is good. And I was willing to pay, if he worked for Bebe for $5,000, I was willing to pay $10,000 because that's exclusivity. I wanted that badly. And it's definitely true that working with one person and less people definitely makes your brand seem more special. It is absolutely true. That was an example, by the way, Chad. I wouldn't have paid $10,000 for Neon Beat. That was an example. I wouldn't have done that. But that was a crazy example. But there is some truth here, that the artwork does seem more special. The artists seem more special. However, though, when in question here, Shy Lily being the other person that Nano works with, that no longer applies. Shy Lily is a bigger creator than Cinder. That would make Nanoless's work more valuable by working with Shy Lily, not less valuable. Shy Lily is anybody who is working around Shy Lily is set to is a positive. Anybody working with Shy Lily is a positive, not a negative. Same thing could be said about Bao. Anybody working with Bao is a positive, not a negative. It is infinitely more special to work with those creators. So it's about working with Cinder. My friends told me it's a bit unfair for me to stop other models, so I do it more for Cinder, which I agree with them. I'm a free artist, and I should do whatever I want to do. I don't want to take sides on any drama or situations. I still always have a way to have open slots for Cinder, but I won't be having her as my only customer. I agree, he says. You're a free artist, and you should do whatever you want. But I was under the impression that taking other Cinder model work is what you wanted to do. I didn't think it was like we're making you do that. Guess we got misunderstood on both sides, question mark. Again, Nanoless trying to dodge a bullet here, or trying to take a default in a way, which you really shouldn't. There's no room for misunderstanding at all. It was very clear to me that this redacted fella absolutely wanted to play for exclusivity and wanted you to fuck over anybody else that you wanted to work with. That's not a misunderstanding. Nobody would misunderstand that. But Nanoless is just, I guess, a really nice person and wants to still take some of the blame. Oh, I see. I mean, what I said is still true about how we feel, but I wasn't saying you had only to do Cinder's work from now on. That's with anything, though, just for your work. If you have something special and then everyone wants to get that thing, it makes it less special. I'm sorry you were under the impression we were trying to make you only do work for us. I will keep things more business, talk and less emotional. Just let me know how this will affect your schedule so I can tell Cinder after. Sorry for the stress, Nano. But every single model I do is unique and I make them special in their way. It's not like I'm selling Cinder to everyone. Please don't feel this way. No, I know. You pour your heart and soul into models and they're all incredible. I'm sorry I made both of you feel this way. Again, apologizing. You don't need to apologize. I hope that if one thing Nanoless work learns from this is that you don't have to continuously apologize for somebody else's fucking mistakes. You are entitled to say no and fuck you and I am the victim and fuck you for making me feel this way. You shouldn't have to apologize for these assholes making you feel this way. And I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of fans of Cinder saying, oh my God, it's all that has to do with this red guy. He's so manipulative. Cinder was just under bad influence. No, she's equally to blame. She is an asshole. She knows what she's doing. She doesn't get a fucking get away from jail free card. No, she is fully aware. She's a grown-ass adult. There is no manipulation going on. Maybe he is more manipulative than her, but the way she's typed in these messages, she's equally as bad. Now, I'm not going to tell anybody to go shit on anybody else. I'm just giving you guys the scoop, the lowdown of what I am reading and how I am analyzing this, in quotations, or drama. And both of them are equally to blame. Period. Normalizing their behavior once again by stating that this is simply business to sabotage other VTubers' careers and not working with them, to focus on Cinder instead. It's okay, Nano. You're making a living and making a name for yourself, and I can't blame you for accepting work from other big names in the industry and having a very desirable talent. If you end up filling your model schedule again like it was, let me know. We'll have to replan some things depending on that. Thank you for understanding my side. We all are trying to have our names somewhere. Just don't take this personal or anything. I still love working with you guys, and again, apologizing for the trouble on your plans. I'll still revisit my list and see what I got. Business is business. If you want to go through the project we talked about, and let me know which ones you want to do too. Is this about Blank's model, Nano? Yeah, I want to take it, but I don't want to disrespect Cinder. I just want to do pretty models. No hurt feelings. Business is business. Nano, you're a freelance artist and Blank's a longtime client. So makes sense to continue doing work for her. I understand the logistics of it. At the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you. Okay, kind of a bit of a change of tune here. Maybe he is serious and maybe he did understand that he was coming across too strong. You know, it seems like a little bit of accountability here. I really appreciate for understanding my side. I do understand your side too, but sadly, it's something between you two, not me. I shouldn't have to get involved in this fight. I just got art. I just go art. True. True. 100%. Right, I know. I just didn't think our other conversations sounded like I was trying to make you not work with on a model, like Blanks specifically. Maybe I just considered this a situation too much. My mistake for thinking this way. It's okay. Again, Nanoless taking the most accountable approach, trying to apologize at every corner. There's no misunderstanding. This guy clearly wanted you to work exclusive and say fuck you to the other models. But we're good for real, question mark. This feels like a weird breakup. I'm stressing. Me and you are good, but I still have to tell all of this to Cinder. It'll be fine. Ooh, see, why did you have to say that? See, it was good until then you try to put this fucking weird shit in here. Me and you are good, but I still have to tell this to Cinder. That's kind of fucked up for Cinder, because now you're making Cinder look like it could be something bad. And you're still leaving room for doubt here. Like, you didn't need to add this. That's fucked up, man. You almost had it. You almost fucking had it, but you had to add this shit at the end. Damage control. making sure none of this reaches the other VTubers, and I all kept a hush-hush, while also providing proof that they know what they do is ill-intended and should not get out, as it would cause issues for Cinder's career to be painted in this light. Oops. Note that the uncalled shot at VTuber 1 is impossible, is even spoilered a hidden message in Discord, so it shouldn't accidentally be leaked. I tried to be transparent as much as possible. I think it's more fair for both sides this way. You didn't tell blank you canceled because of Cinder, did you? No, I told all of this was health issues. I would never blame anyone besides blank. Lol. We never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to not work on something. We never want to make you feel. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Especially if it's something you want to do and don't want to do. And our conversation the other day wasn't meant to convince you of only doing Cinder's work. Bullshit. And again, sorry that it sounded to you like I was telling you to only work on Cinder work. Sorry that it sounded to you like I was telling you to only do Cinder's work. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, chat. I'm sorry you got your feelings hurt. You know, chat, if I call you a loser bitch motherfucker, I am sorry that you took it bad. I'm sorry that is your fault that you got hurt. Yeah, okay. Okay, this guy, chat, this guy. Oh my god. Well, let's see if blank wants a nano model or not, and hope blank finds someone else. And this was spoiler. This was put on spoiler, so I guess so in case it leaked out or something happened that this would be spoiled, blocked. Oop. The constant obsession with VTuber 1 and claiming that she is asking for it by causing this unspoken competition. So who is this VTuber 1 they're talking about, chat? Is this Bao or Shy? This isn't Shy Lily. Who does anybody in my chat know? Because I know it's all over Twitter. It's Bao, probably. Neither of them is somebody else. I have no clue. I'm lost. I'm sorry, chat. I know that my chat is filled with testosterone heavy, straight men who only care about Path of Exile and hardcore games, and you guys don't like VTubers. I'm sorry that I'm bringing this to you. Sorry. We'll get back to being that in a sweaty nerds in a little bit. Smug Lana? No, I doubt it. No. I doubt it's Smug. I think I know, but it's not 100% sure, so I prefer not to tell. I think it's maybe spite. Women gossiping. Yeah. Sorry, chat. I got to get my woman dose out of the way. Yeah. So what the fuck are you talking about? We like a VTuber? No. Anyways, chat. I think it's more like wanting her to recognize Cinder, even though it literally doesn't matter. I feel like there's an unspoken competition between them, like they need to one-up each other because blank can't get along. But I also understand her point of view. A new VTuber, her people... Could it be Silvervale? I don't know, chat. I don't know. I don't want to drag anybody's name in here. Let me just be quiet. Let me be quiet. Like they need to one-up each other because blank can't get along. But I also understand her point of view. A new VTuber, her people say looks, sounds, and acts like you becomes just as successful as you in a year. If she did recognize Cinder and equal or... Okay. That sounds, acts like you, and looks? Who looks like Cinder? The only other fire VTuber that I know is Smug Lana, right? But I don't know if she runs in those circles. Tricky? No, Tricky's not. Nah, not tricky. Buff Pop? I don't know who Buff Pop is, so I'll have to do my research. I don't know who that is. But, yeah, tricky is Diariku. Yeah, no, they work together so many times. I don't think it's tricky, but let's continue reading chat. But I also understand her point of view. Blah, 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 blah. Cinder, an equal or a friend, then it would be like she's endorsing her copy, or like seeing some people say her replacement. They share a lot of the same audience too. Like, at the end of the day, this guy can't keep his mouth shut. Bro, he was doing so good with not bringing up drama and taking accountability, kind of, sort of. That's a reach. But it looked like he was doing so good. But look at this. Holy shit. Holy shit. He just ultied.
Hello?
My man just ultied. Bro, he was doing so good. He ultied, bro. Like, at the end of the day, it isn't about how much we make compared to her. We just want her to recognize, hey, Cinder's a big VTuber too. She's got there. Okay, nobody owes you shit. That's some entitlement ass behavior. You ain't gotta recognize anybody. Ever. The fact that you need Cinder, that you feel like Cinder needs recognition is fucking bullshit. Get your fucking ass. Get your head out of your own ass with this one. You're not entitled to anything. Ever. Get your head out of your own ass. Ain't nobody got to recognize Cinder or you or anybody. We just want her to recognize, hey, Cinder's a big VTuber too. She's got their own merits, just like you did. Get along. Nobody owes you shit, bro. How you gonna force somebody to be your friend if they don't want to be your friend? Like, get a grip. And the marketing potential money they could make if they teamed up. Oh, God. I just know anything we do, she's watching and will take from or try to do. Oh, my God. You know, the spinning figure we had on stream, blank figure was announced on Wednesday. Oh, okay, so I guess people could do their research and figure out who this is by the spinning figure. But Saturday, everyone hears about it. Figure announced, spinning figure on screen with exclamation point figure right next to it. This stream yesterday, first stream since Cinder debut, guess what? Spinning figure with a figure next to it. Then, like a month later, unfollowed her on Twitter and started taking her ideas, Cinder's ideas, like the flames. And now she's basically rebranded to more of a fire Cerberus, using fire emojis. Wait, this is... that sounds like Spite. It's Spite? Okay, I'm gonna look her up, chat. I don't know who Spite is. And now she's basically rebranded using fire emojis. I never did that before. It's funny because she used to call herself a hellhound.
24,000 years.
Hold up. I'm scratching my eye. But stopped when Cinder grew past her and now uses Cerberus or Cerber pup or whatever her lore says she is. I don't know. The unfollow is weird. Yeah, so it's like there wasn't an unprovoked tweets from her. Like, I didn't copy anyone else for my design. My design is all me. This is who I am. Like, huh? Who are you saying that to? Give me a second, chat. I'll thank everybody for all the contributions. Give me a second, okay? I'm almost done. I'm page 18. And I'm not reading the other two Google Docs. I'm sorry. This is as much as my tuck can handle, okay? Who are you saying that to? Oh, lol, on random Cinder clips on YouTube. There was one dedicated blank fan or someone she knew that would comment on these clips saying, like, when are you going to clip blank? Only on Cinder's clips. I'd like to highlight the irony of expecting to be entitled to recognition for her own efforts and size when her own active efforts are tied to sabotaging this very same VTuber. Also feeling entitled and insisting to be recognized by someone else is odd. Thank you, Nano. Thank you for growing a backbone. Let them fucking know, bitch. Let them fucking know. Nobody is entitled to fucking be acknowledged or recognized. What kind of fucking narcissism? Thanks for taking the time to read through this, everything. I hope everything makes sense and everyone who has been hurt, manipulated, or sabotaged by her will find closure. Absolutely. This was a great read, chat. This was a great read. 2 days ago, in closing, 2 days ago, I was asked, hey, Elly, why are you not more in the VTuber scene? Why don't you do more collabs with VTubers? Elly, why, you know, you're pretty big enough. Why aren't you in the scene with all these VTubers? Well, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I don't really care to get into some fake bullshit with people that pretend to be your friend, and behind your back they're like trying to find ways to bury your career. Like, big fuck you to all of them. And if you happen to be a VTuber that doesn't get involved in this drama sort of stuff and you keep yourself at arm's length, I'm very happy for you. Get your stride, get your bag, never get involved in none of this petty ass high school shit. You're a fucking grown up and act like one. A bunch of snakes. Yeah. Ugh. You're still here. Well, I guess just hit that subscribe button, yeah? Come on. Don't make me say it again. Please?